Tuesday, the 3rd of June. This is net number 979 for those of you keeping score, and I'll be your host for the first hour. Then we'll turn it over to Mike, K2CMT down in DeBerry, Florida, and he'll take you out the rest of the way. We have Vicky, KE8PKY, logging this morning, thank God. And question of the day is an easy one. Have you ever used YouTube as a resource for fixing anything? I don't care if it's carpentry, plumbing, whatever it is, making your grass grow better. Have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix it? A couple announcements. Don't forget tonight at 8 o'clock right here on the Reflector, we have the East Coast Reflector TechNet. Bring your technical questions, and no question is too small, believe me. If you don't know, it's worth asking. And then with that, let me acknowledge the text check-ins that we have, and then we'll take our mobiles. We have KD8BFY, KC2NJV, VA3GLJ, K4GDS, KE2EIO, and 6QDY, KQ9KX, KD9YUZ, 82KP, KK6BCX, KM4WZD, and KO4APG. All right, with that, mobiles only. If you are mobile and like to check in with us this morning, please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet November. Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet November is mobile.
Bravo 4, Romeo Oscar November. Whiskey Bravo 4, Romeo Oscar November. Mobile in the workshop.
Kilo 4, Victor Tango Tango. KK4 VTT.
W8NJT, Whiskey 8, November Juliet Tango.
All right, let me pick it up there. Recognize W8NJT, Nick, KK4 VTT, Bruce, WB4 RON, and KZ4JN. Anyone else mobile like to check in, please come now.
Foxtrot 8, Echo Bravo, Kilo Foxtrot, Echo Bravo,
Mobile in and out.
Already recognizing KE2FLO, Mike in Buffalo was in and out. Thanks for joining us. We had KF8EBV, Michael, out in Farmington Hills, Michigan. Let's go to the top of these mobiles. KZ4JN, Anders, down in Gainesville, Florida. Good morning, Anders, and have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything?
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for running the net this morning. It is a lovely 69, but it's going to get a whole lot warmer here. I do use YouTube as a temporary storage, and I'll give people directions on how to fix certain things, especially computers. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll send it back to you. This is KZ4JM.
All right, thank you, Anders, and I don't think I'd fix a computer with or without YouTube. Have a great day. WB4RON, Ron, somewheres in Western New York. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, everybody. WB4RON. The answer to that question is yes. Matter of fact, I did it this Sunday. My son had ordered me some coax and some connectors from Italy, and I didn't have a clue on how to put them together, so I went on this YouTube channel to figure it out, and finally I figured it out after 5 different videos, and I was able to put it all back together. It's feed it through the wall, and get my long wire all hooked up at the house. So we finally got that completed this weekend. Thanks very much. You all have a good day out there. Be safe. WB. Back to net.
Alrighty, Ron, thanks for joining us and have a great day. Next up, Bruce at KK4 VTT down in Kissimmee, Florida. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody on the Brew. Thank you for getting me in there because I'm going to be out of range in a little bit. I'll be in Savary. YouTube is a great tool. Great tool. Helps you fix a lot of stuff. Hey, thanks for letting me have some fun. Thank you guys for all that you do. And again, have a nice day. KK4 VTT, downtown Orlando. Thank you, gentlemen.
Alrighty, Bruce, you be careful out there and have a great day. W8NJT, Nick in Toledo, Ohio. Good morning, Nick.
Morning, everybody. The days of the old gray beard being the source of information, unfortunately, they're all dying off because I'm 41 years old myself. YouTube University is where it's at. W8NJT, back to net.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you joining us this morning. KF8EBV, Michael in Farmington Hills, Michigan. Good morning, Michael.
Don't know that I could get anything done without YouTube. Don't know how everybody did it before YouTube. This is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Bravo Victor. Have a good day.
All right, thank you, Michael. You have yourself a great day as well. Let me just recognize your KA8BYU and WD8CZP. Came in via the text line. Let's go to the top of the text check-in list. KD8BFY, Roland in Troy, Michigan. Morning, Roy. Have you ever, or Roland, have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything? KD8 BFY, Roland, are you still with us?
Some great information there, and some not so great. So you have to still decide what's going to work and what's not. Have a great day.
Thanks, Wayne. Always a pleasure. Have a great day. DA3 GLJ, Greg up in Cartier, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning to the Brew crew. Currently 52 degrees Fahrenheit or 11 degrees Celsius. Answer to your question is absolutely use YouTube all the time. Everybody have a great Tuesday and 73 VA3 JLJ back to net.
All right, thank you, Greg. It looks like we got a one-sided question this morning. This is W2BLT. Next up at K4GDS, Gil down in Orlando, Florida. Good morning, Gil.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone on the Brew. K4GDS here. Yes, YouTube is the way to go, always.
Thanks, Gil. Have a great day. Appreciate you joining me this morning. KE2EIO, Michael in Elman, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, all the Brewsters out there. Yes, I have that in Wikipedia most of the time. Great source of information. You got to take sometimes with a grain of salt. So let's get you to EIO. Back to net 73s, everybody. Have a good day.
Thanks, Michael. Enjoy the nice day coming up. N6QDY, David, Sacramento, California. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Scott, Vicky, the Brew crew, and everybody in the Zoom control room. Answer to your question, yes, many times. Back to net. Everybody have a great day. N6QDY.
Thanks for joining us, David, and have a great day. KQ9KX, Paul up in La Pointe, Wisconsin. Good morning. Morning. YouTube is the only way I'll attempt anything new nowadays. And I also noticed it cuts down on the use of four-letter words. Have a great day, KQ9KX. It's amazing. Have a great day, Paul. Appreciate you joining us. KD9, YUZ, Jimmy in Wakarusa, Indiana. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky, and everybody listening in. Absolutely, I use YouTube all the time. Wouldn't be without it anymore. But I did find out you have to watch more than one video on the subject that you're attempting to repair, because not every YouTube star is as knowledgeable as they think they are. Everybody have a great day. KD9, YUZ, back to you, Scott. Hey, good point, Jimmy. You're absolutely correct. Have a good day. 82 KP, Stephen in Brooklyn, New York. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. Simple answer is yes, I have used YouTube. And thank you for doing such a great job of running the net. This is 82 KP, back to net control.
Well, thanks for joining us, Stephen. We appreciate it. KK6, BCX, Ken in Kingman, Arizona. Good morning, Ken.
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicky, the rest of the crew. You can put me down for another yes on that. KK6BCX, back to that.
Alrighty, thank you, Ken. Yep, it looks like we got a runaway train here this morning. KM4WZD, Joe in Claremont. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning to the crew. Yeah, let's keep the trend going. Absolutely. Use YouTube all the time. It's taught me how to fix stuff. It's taught me how to cook. It's taught me a lot of things. Everybody take care. 7-3s. Happy Tuesday. It's KM4WZD. Back to net.
Thank you, Joe. I just acquired a new radio for going out and doing POTA. And I'll tell you, I probably watched about 15 videos on it so far just to learn how to run it. Makes a lot more sense seeing somebody do it than it does just reading how to do it in the book. I don't have to turn pages. Have a great day. KO4 APG, Bob in Leesburg, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice weather here in Florida, and absolutely use YouTube for a wide diversity of things. Everything from fixing my car to working on the television to fixing the house, you name it. It's a go-to place, and can't get anything done without it nowadays. So back to you, Ned.
All right, thanks for joining us this morning. You have a great day. Next up, KA8BYU, Roy in Blaisdell, New York. Good morning, Roy. Have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything?
Everybody on the Brew, KA8BYU. Yeah, I'm going to continue the trend, yes. Back to you.
me this morning. Have a good day, Roy. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, WD8CZB. Ben in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and the crew. Unfortunately, I can't get into the Orlando machine today. Conditions are not well, so I'm on Echo Link. Hopefully it's coming in good. Yeah, I'm running 12 channels on YouTube. I'm not receive only mostly. And so it's a definite yes, particularly because I'm full-time RV. I use that particular channel mostly because of fixing stuff in the RV. Because we all know that owner's manuals are just a bunch of pieces of paper. Anyway, and I use the ham radio stuff, but mostly friends of mine that I know and have been in communication with for over 20 years or more. And they happen to have an influencer now on YouTube, so I follow them on the ham stuff. But trying to keep up with the technology is killing me, as it probably is everyone. So anyway, that's a definite yes on that, and I will probably get on the Zoom channel here in a little bit. But back to net control. Have a wonderful day, and kudos to Vicki for doing such a fine job there. WD8CZB, back to net.
Oh, thank you, Ben. And somebody's got to keep things straight around here. It's certain that I'm not going to do it. Alrighty, let me acknowledge some text check-ins here, and we'll take some regular ones. We had W8STJ Steve, N3DQD Ray, KD3AJN Anna, W2KDC Dennis, W5VEO Doug, KI6KQO Zachary, W2VDX Theodore, N5JOJ Bill. I think what we're going to do is quarter past the hour a little bit there. Let's take some in and outs. Those that might be a little mic shy or on their way to someplace. In and outs only. Please come with your call sign twice and slowly. Only in and out.
Kilo Juliet 5, India Whiskey Papa, KJ5, India Whiskey Papa, in and out.
Kilo Quebec 4,
WH2DIF, WH2DIF,
4, YVA, mobile in and out. Again, in and out. 4 Zulu Delta Foxtrot, KQ4 Zulu Delta Foxtrot, in and out.
N0 EBB, N0 EBB, in and out.
November 8, Romeo Whiskey Foxtrot, that's N8RWF. Please check me in and out, that's in and out. Good morning.
Zulu Delta Foxtrot, KQ4 Zulu Delta Foxtrot, in and out. Have a good day.
Kilo Alpha Zero, Tango X-Ray Whiskey. Kilo Alpha Zero, Tango X-Ray Whiskey from David Mike 79JR, Denver, Colorado, in and out.
Delta 3, Bravo, Juliet, Juliet, Kilo, Delta 3, Bravo, Juliet, Juliet.
Alrighty, we'll hold it up there, recognizing these in and outs. KD3 BJJ Jason, KA0TXW Gerald, N8 RWF Bill. We had N0EBB Don and Jackson, We had KQ4ZDF Bill in Monticello, Kentucky. We had KQ4YVA Norman in St. Cloud and KJ5IWP Steve in Abilene. We had a station ending in Tango Charlie November. Could you come back with that call sign again twice, please?
CN, N1 ECN.
Alrighty, we got you that time. This is Dennis, correct?
Here in Trumbull, Connecticut.
Sounds good, Dennis. We got you, and thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Alrighty, let me acknowledge a couple more text check-ins. We got KJ4LXJ and N8ZFH. Let's take regular check-ins, and then we'll run the whole list. Anybody, anywhere, please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo 8, Bravo Whiskey Kilo, Mobile, Scott.
Kilo Romeo 4 Echo Bravo Echo AR 4 Tampa, good morning.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Alpha MS. Victor Echo 3 Tango Golf November in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Chris, Bravo.
November 2, India, Sierra, Kilo. November 2, India, Sierra, Kilo.
Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor. Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor.
Alrighty, we'll hold it up there. I had a Whiskey Bravo 2 station in there. That's all I got was Whiskey Bravo 2. Could you come back again twice, please? WB2ERX. WB2ERX. Alrighty, thanks. I got it that time, Reggie. Appreciate it. We had KE2EDS marked by the text, KD2VNU Derby Dan by the text. We had KC3LAV Mike, N2ISK Bob, VE3TGN Tim, KR4EBT Jason, K8BWK Ben, N8ZFH Gary, and KJ4LXJ Rex. Did we miss anybody in there?
Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta.
Kilo Echo 2, Echo.
Alrighty, recognizing KC3FGD, we had Kilo Echo 2 Echo something. Could you come back again, please? Kilo Echo 2 station, you want to try it one more time, please? Well, at any rate, maybe he'll come back again. Let's go up and take the one mobile we got. K8BWK, Ben in Oregon, Ohio. Good morning, Ben. Good
Morning, Scott. Sorry, I guess I only called my call once, and I don't know today's question. I just had enough time to hurry up and jump in here this morning.
Question is, have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything?
Yes, Scott. I use it a lot. Yes, sir. It's quite handy, especially working on automobiles, tearing door panels apart and such. With that, we'll pass it back to you, Scott. Thank you, sir, for letting me jump in here first thing this morning. Everyone have a great Tuesday. K8BWK.
Alrighty, Ben, and thank you for supporting Mike and my retirement plan. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Let's go to, let's see, this is W2BLT. Let's go to W8STJ. Steve up in Rochester Hills, Michigan. Morning, Steve.
This is KM4. KS Remote.
W8STJ. Steve in Rochester Hills, Michigan. You still with me?
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. I already made my check-in. I don't know if I didn't link up with a repeater or what, but answer for me is yes, absolutely. Hope everybody has a great day. W8STJ.
Thank you, Steve, and have a great day. Appreciate you joining us. N3DQD, Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Scott, to you and Vicky and the rest of the crew. I can't say that I've ever used it to repair anything, but I was out of amateur radio for a number of years, and I've used it to... This is N3DQD, back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Ray, and seems how you've never fixed anything with it. You're our first know of the day, and we'll see what happens. Next up, KD3AJN, Anna, also in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and the crew in there today. Well, I'm going to be your second know of the day because I've never used it either. Have a good day, KD3AJN.
Alrighty, Anna, you have a great day as well. Appreciate you joining us. W2, KDC, Dennis in Dansville, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone on the Brew. Yes, I have used it to fix things, to set up things. I've used it yesterday. I'm getting my new HF radio set up, and I thought I did something to break it, and had to figure out how to undo what I did. W2 KDC, wishing everybody 73, and back to net control.
Alrighty, you have a great day. Appreciate you joining us, Dennis. W5 VEO, Doug in Lubbock, Texas. Good morning, Doug.
Yeah, good morning to all on the Brew crew there, and yes, I have gas water heater, and it was a good video because nothing blew up. Back to net, W5 VEO.
Alrighty, thanks, Doug. Have a good day. And next up is KI6KQO, Zachary in Kissimmee, Florida. Good morning, Zachary.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew crew. Yes, I have used YouTube to help me fix, anything from generator to amateur radio to the truck. Echo 73 to the group. Have a blessed day. KI6KQO back to net.
Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And you have yourself a great day. W2VDX, Theodore in New Freedom, Pennsylvania. Good morning. W2VDX, Theodore, are you with me? Oh, then we'll move on to N5JOJ, Bill in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Morning, Bill.
Hey, top of the morning to you there. Lately I've been getting up a little later and missing you as the net controller there, so top of the morning to you and everybody on the Brew crew. And yes, I am a student at YouTube University. Matter of fact, I used it just yesterday to change the battery in my key fob. That's my go-to, is YouTube there. So anyhow, we're expecting rain here this week, starting I think tonight all the way to the weekend. So we're bracing for that. We're already wet out here, but we'll take it. So everyone have a super day. N5JOJ back to net control.
Alrighty, thank you. And you have yourself a fine day out there on the reservation. Appreciate you joining us. Glad you got up early. KJ4, LXJ, Rex in Crystal River, Florida. Good morning.
Well, good morning to you and the rest of the Brew crew. And put me down as a yes. I use it for car repair, and recently I got a new to me iStar hotspot, and I've watched quite a few videos on how to set it up. Just a warning though, watch 2 or 3 because some of them give better advice than others. You guys have a wonderful morning. KJ4LXJ, back to net.
Alrighty, Rex. Appreciate you joining us, and you have yourself a good day. N8ZFH, Gary up in Woodhaven, Michigan. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the crew. And yes, I've used it many times, and thanks to the prior check-in, I do have to change the battery in my key fob, so I might as well use YouTube again today. Please check me in and out. I'll continue to listen. N8ZFH, back to net.
Uh-oh, we got a bunch of bad key fobs lately. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us. KR4, EBT, Jason in Riverview, Florida. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Excuse me, good morning. Yes, I've used it before to fix stuff. I even used YouTube to learn how to trade the market, so very handy. So yeah, good morning from the Riverview, Tampa area, 73s, I'm out. Everybody have a great Tuesday, 73, KR4 EBT.
Alrighty, thanks, Jason. Appreciate you joining us. VE3TGN, Tim in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Tim.
Morning, Scott, and Vicky. I would say yes. I never used it to fixing everything, but listen to different music and movies and songs. I would use Bluetooth there. Back to there, the ATVN, and then back to Megan. Have a good day, and thanks for being there.
Alrighty, Tim. Thanks for joining us, and you have yourself a good day. question of the day for everybody is, have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything? Next up, N2ISK, Bob in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky, and the crew. Many times. Especially handy when it's, you're playing with a radio or something that has translated instructions, from another language, hard to understand, and you can look up a few references there that help you do your programming and things. So, very much. It makes it much easier to do some of the programming and things that the instruction manual do not help with. So there you go. Everybody have a good day and to ask it.
Alrighty, Bob, you have yourself a great day as well, and thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. This is W2BLT. Next up, let's go to Lidditz, Pennsylvania, the KC3LAV. Mike, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning to you. This is KC3LAV, Mike in Warwick Township, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor. Most certainly utilize YouTube every day, I think, Scott. Pretty much every day. KC3LAV back to net in this beautiful day in Lancaster County. Thank you again. We're clear. Standing by.
Alrighty, thanks, Mike. Looks like you are going to have a great day down there today. Appreciate you joining us. WB2ERX, Rich in Ridge, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and the rest of the crew. Yes, we use YouTube quite a bit, but don't tell my SWL. She thinks I'm brilliant. Back to that, WB2ERX.
Right. Thanks, Rich. And like Red Green used to say, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Have a great day. Next up, KD2VNU, one of our team members here at the East Coast Reflector, Derby Dan in Derby, New York. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning to the rest of the net. This is KD2VNU. Yes, I use YouTube both for research as well as entertainment. Everybody have a good day. KD2VNU, return back to the net.
Thank you. And I remember years ago when I first started watching YouTube, you'd start watching it on a Saturday night about 10 o'clock, and about 3 in the morning, you're like, I got to get off of here. Have a good day, Dan. Appreciate you joining us. Let's go to KE2EDS, Mark in Elma, New York. One of your hosts on the open mic night here on East Coast Reflector. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. As far as YouTube, yes, it's a great resource. Use it all the time. Have a great day. KE2EDS.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for all you do for us there, Mark. KC3FGD, my buddy Ray down in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Yeah, good morning, Scott. Everyone on the Brew from Lancaster County, PA, Scrapple Country, as you know. Yeah, another beautiful day developing down here. And the answer is yes, and I also use it like Derby Dan does for entertainment. So, hey, everybody have a wonderful day. Going to be up to the gardens most of the day today. Got a lot going on up there. KC3 FTD, and the boss is in the background. Back to you, Scott.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Ray. And you tell the boss we said hello and appreciate you stopping by. And to BH, one of your hosts right here on the Morning Brew, Bill in Palmyra, New York. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody. Oh yes, I've used it quite a bit to research stuff to fix, and the rest of the day going down the animal shelter I volunteer at, mow lawn, and do a bunch of repairs for her. And to BH.
Well, and who knows, Bill, maybe you'll come home with a nice little puppy. Have a good day. Appreciate you joining us. WB2 LMV, Glennon, Napanock, New York. Good morning.
Good morning. It's going to be a beautiful day in Napanock and Catskills here. 81 degrees today and sunny. Yes, I have. I've used my pickup truck and also to set up radio stuff. So everyone have a great day. This is WB2LMV. Back to you, Scott.
Well, thank you for joining us, Glenn, and a beautiful day in the Catskills. Really, it paints a beautiful picture. Have a good day. KD3ATQ, Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. Oh yeah, we've used YouTube quite often to get some advice. Back to the net. KD3ATQ.
Thank you, Jim. You have yourself a great day. This is W2BLT. Next up, K8BACL, one of our morning Brewsters, and fellow that runs the 40 meter net on Saturday. Good morning, Bill, or Al.
Hey, good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody on the Brew crew. Answer the question. Oh yeah, I am a proud student of the University of YouTube. And running a garage, I can tell you right now that the mechanics will look at each other every once in a while and scratch their heads, walk right over the computer because they know some poor schlub has run across the problem they're looking into. So, yeah, it's a pretty handy resource, not even going to lie. Everybody have a great day. Back to you, Scott, K8BAC.
Thank you, Al. And it's funny how manufacturers now will use YouTube, put YouTube videos out for different repair things. It's incredible. Have a good day, Al. KE8SMN, Jeff in Rochester Hills, Michigan. Good morning.
Scott, Vicky, everyone on the Brew, KE8SMN here. I'm also a yes. It's a great resource. No matter what kind of project you're working on, there's always something out there. KE8SMN. Back to that.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you joining us, and have a great day. KE2EAU, Jason in Dansville, New York. Good morning.
Good morning. I am absolutely a certified YouTube mechanic in other areas. Yeah, I use YouTube every day. My wife even got me a barbecue apron that says, "Don't worry, I watched the YouTube video." So yeah, that's a great resource. Hope everybody has a good day. Well, hazy sky from the wildfire smoke in Dansville today, but other than that, it should be a nice day. Back to natural, KE2EAU, clear.
All right, thank you, Jason. And I was on the front porch this morning watching the sun come up, and I did notice that little colored haze there. Appreciate you being here. Next up, W2SAL, Sal in Cheektowaga, New York. Good morning, Sal, and have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything?
Good morning.
and Scott Brew Crew and listeners, of course, I got my doctorate degree from YouTube on doing a lot of ham radio hacks and tricks and stuff like that. And just to remind everybody that the meet and greet's coming up in less than 3 weeks now out here at Chestnut Ridge Park. So you better get your reservations in and get things squared away. It's going to be happening real soon. With that, Scott, I'll send it back to you. W2SAF clear.
All right, thank you, Sal. And yep, looking forward to the meet and greet this year. VE3 TCS, Tim in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
Sorry about the delay. The GM repeater here is doing its little announcement thing. Yeah, I watch YouTube, especially since I got my first ticket about 3 years ago. And specifically, I watched a video on how to change the timer switch in the wife's washing machine, and wow, it worked really slick. I was very impressed. Anyhow, everybody have a great day. We're in for better weather in the Windsor, Detroit area here, and I'm looking forward to it. Back to Nat. Thank you.
All right, you have a great day, Tim, and thanks for joining us. Next on this list, up in Milan, Michigan, W2PUT, one of our team members here in East Coast Reflector. Good morning, Dan, and have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything?
Good morning, Scott. Yes, I have. I've also learned, using YouTube as a resource. There are certain things that it's worth paying someone else to fix when you realize what goes into doing it. But yeah, it seems like there's always someone else out there that's already run into it and for reasons unknown decided to share their woes or successes with humanity, thankfully, on YouTube. Back to you, W2PUT.
Thank you, Dan, and anybody that's ever owned an RV, I'm sure has watched YouTube videos on how to fix things. Have a great day. All right, folks, about 1:45 to the hour, let's take some more in-and-outs. In-and-out stations only. You're on your way somewhere, you got to be there, or you just a little shy on the mic there this morning. Please come with your call sign twice and slowly, in-and-outs only.
November 9, Hotel Tango, N98, good morning, in and out.
In and out, good morning.
Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet. Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet, in and out.
Kilo Alpha 1, Delta Mike Alpha Mobile, KA1, DMA, mobile, in and out. Kilo 4, Papa Juliet Mike, Kilo 4, Papa Juliet Mike, in and out. Good morning, everybody.
Kilo Charlie 1, Tango Hotel Echo, Kilo Charlie 1, Tango Hotel Echo, in and out. Good morning, all.
Alrighty, we'll hold it up there. Let's recognize from the bottom up. We had KC1, THE, Raymond in Leominster, Massachusetts. We had the K4 at PJM Perry in Leesburg, Florida. We had the KA1 at DMA, Dave in Grand Isle, Vermont.
We had VA3 at KTJ Jinsuk up in LaSalle, Ontario, Canada. We had W7 OMH Mike in Wading River, New York. And N9EHT Doug out in New Caney, Texas. Thank you all for stopping by today. We have one via the text. We have KQ8U, Bob up in E-Course. And let's take general check-ins here. We got about 10 minutes left. Anybody looking to join us, please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
KJ57KOR. KJ5KOR.
Kilo 2 Echo Papa Mike. Kilo 2 Echo Papa Mike. Whiskey Delta 8 Papa India Charlie. WD8PIC.
Kilo Delta 2 November Lima Mobile. KC2NL Mobile.
Lima Radio, Victor.
Bravo 5 India Tango Tango, WB5ITT.
N5DRT, N5DRT. Morton, Texas.
KJ5 DUS. That's Kilo James 5, Golf Uniform Sierra.
Kilo November 4.
Alrighty, let me hold it up there. We recognize from the bottom up here, and I got a question on a couple of them. We had KJ5 GUS, Bruce in Spring, Texas. We had KN4RW, Rudy in Smithfield, North Carolina. W9EBB, Don in Ocala via the text. We had N5DRT, Kurt. WB5ITT, Chris. We had KD2NL, Chip. VA3CRF, Vern. WD8PIC, Bob. K2EPM, Edward. KJ5KOR, David. We had a KK7, it sounded like KK7DY. Could you come back with that call sign twice, please?
KK7GY. KK7GY.
Okay, we got you, Clark. And we had one in there with a Lima Romeo Victor at the end. Could you give me that call sign again, please?
No problem. It's number 2, Echo, number 0, Lima Radio Victor. QSL?
Yeah, we got you that time, Les. Thank you. Let's go to the top of this list. I'll run what I can. What I can't, why, we'll leave it for Mike. Let's go to KQ8U, Bob in Ecorse, Michigan. Good morning, Bob. And the question of the day is, have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything?
Morning, Brew Crew. Thanks for telling me there's anything else. I can get a lot of information off there. It's a great resource. Have a good day. KQ8U back in that.
All right, thank you, Bob. Appreciate you joining us. KJ5KOR, David, Houston, Texas. Good morning.
Well, a great big Texas howdy to you and the crew. I use YouTube all the time. I don't know what I would do without it. Thank you for hosting everything this morning. This is KJ5KOR. Back to the net.
All righty, David, you have a great time down there in Houston. KK7DY, Clark in Phoenix, Arizona. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew Crew. Yes, I have used YouTube.
was on a road trip in Kansas and the brake light went out on my Nissan Frontier and referred to YouTube to replace it. Back to net control, JK7DY.
Gotta love it, Clark. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us. K2 EPM, Edward in Bethpage, New York. Good morning.
K2 EPM here, Ed over in Bethpage. Good morning. Great question. Definitely use YouTube to a lot of car repair stuff. The simple stuff, especially these days when instruction manuals are really basic diagrams and translations into English from other countries aren't so hot. It's just, I've learned so much from YouTube that makes life easier. From taking a grill off a Jeep to putting a bicycle together. And that's it from here. Back to net control. This is K2 EPM.
All right, thank you, Edward. Appreciate you joining us. Have a great day. WD8 PIC, Bob out in Sylvania, Ohio. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. And the wildfire smoke can even be smelled from the ground here a little bit. Canadian wildfire smoke. And I had lots of my sighted friends say they could really see it. I wonder how many fires there are and how large they are, because there's a lot, from what I understand, there's a lot of them. Anyway, back to your question. I don't, because I'm not a computer user. But all my friends do. In fact, I got to have a friend come over and help me to get the tone on the repeater that I'm on, Ben's repeater, into an FT60. I could do it if I was sighted, but I'm not, so I got to wait for help. And whoever it is might have to refer to YouTube for that, just because they're not familiar. A lot of my friends are not familiar with Yaesu. So, but anyway, it'll all work out. 91 or 90, somewhere in that vicinity today, and hot, and more humid. Back to net, WD8 PIC.
All right, thank you, Bob. Appreciate you joining us, and have a great day. Next up, VA3 CRF, Vern up in Waterdown, Ontario, Canada. Morning, Vern.
Good morning, Scott and Vicki and everybody on the Brew crew. I don't know if you can hear the train running along here just behind me. I'm in a park right now, and the railroad tracks are just down the hill. In terms of first of all, the weather is going to get up into the 80s today, long overdue. And yeah, we do have some of the wildfire smoke up here as well today. The fires are pretty big. They've evacuated 17,000 people out of Manitoba, so it's going to be a bad year. In terms of the question of the day, absolutely. YouTube for fixing things around the house, kitchen faucets and stuff like that. And as has been mentioned, some companies post some very helpful videos on that. I also appreciate the ham folks that put stuff on how to program and operate rigs. That's very helpful. Scott, I appreciate you doing the net. I was kind of waiting to see if I was going to go to the meet and greet because we have a family member in the hospital. I want him to be out of the woods before I just lean towards being there. So I do hope to see you there, Scott. Hope everyone has a great day. Oh, and thanks for the quote of Red Green. VA3 CRF.
All righty, Vern. I hope he gets better soon and we'll be able to see you there in 3 weeks. We appreciate you joining us. And last one for me today, KD2NL, Chip in Cincinnati, New York. Good morning, Chip.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning to the crew. I don't use YouTube
to repair things, but when I was looking for antenna ideas for my Wrangler, I did use YouTube trying to find an antenna that would work with fiberglass tops. So I'll say 72, you have a good day, and back to net, KD2L Mobile.
Thank you, Chip. Appreciate you joining us, and I appreciate everybody that checked in with me this morning. Thanks to Vicky on the log. I'm going to turn it over to Mike, K2CMT, and he'll take the rest of this list and move on with you. This is W2BLT. Everybody have a great day.
Well, thank you, Scott, and thank you, Vicky, for being here. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, of course, is the TechNet. We hope to see you there this evening. Question of the day for those just joining us: have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything? Let's move right along with Les in Worcestershire, England. 2EOLRV. Good morning, Les.
Good morning, Mike and everybody on the Brew crew. Yes, I use YouTube all the time. I've got many hobbies, and it helps with all of them. So I'm classing myself as a YouTube certified mechanic and a YouTube certified quantum physicist. What will we do without it? Back to net control 2E0LRV, and it's a 0, not an O. It's English call signs. We have two numbers. Although we will be changing it sometime this year, so I'll become an M9 LRV, just to throw confusion everywhere. Cheers and beers, back to net control.
Thank you, Les. Yeah, I'm a YouTube follower, and I've got my degree from the YouTube University. And I would say that the repairs I've made around the house and in my automobile with utilizing YouTube and Amazon for parts, that I've saved enough money to pay for a lifetime subscription. Next up is Chris from Beaumont, Texas, WB5ITT. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, sir, and the rest of the morning brew from WB5ITT. And, I use YouTube. Scotty Kilmer, he cracks me up. Great car mechanic. Always has some interesting commentary and stories. And used some of his videos to repair my Escape, especially changing the lower ball joints out a while back. And always enjoyed some of the videos there. Of course, some of the research, it's like, no, I'll pass. But enjoy especially the car audio stuff, working on it. Anyhow, hope everybody's having a good morning, and I'm sitting here just finishing my second cup up. WB5ITT, back to the...
Well, thank you for joining us, Chris. Kurt in Morton, Texas, N5DRT. Good morning, Kurt.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I use it all the time, especially ham radio 2.0 and what's the other guy? Ham radio Crusader. They help a lot on this All-Star and DMR stuff. Yeah, a lot. N5DRT.
Thank you, Kurt. Glad you're getting some news out of it. Bruce in Spring, Texas, KJ5GUS. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning. Yes, I'm a regular attender of YouTube University. This is KJ5GUS. Back to net.
Well, thank you, Bruce. You're among the majority today, that's for sure. Rudy, Smithfield, North Carolina, KN4RW. Good morning, Rudy.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. This is
AN4WRUD here, and also I'm a YouTube fan as well, just like everything else, and also YouTube helps me spend my money on amateur radio, collecting any latest and greatest new radios that come out, watch a YouTube video, and then take out the credit card. So 73, so I'll have a great day. This is AN4W, back to next control.
I know what you mean, Rudy. My biggest downside on YouTube when it comes to ham radio is I don't understand why anyone would make one on what's in the box. Opening the box seems like a waste of time. Paul in Berkeley, Michigan, KF8ADA. Oh, are you still with us? Well, we're waiting on Paul to get back from the coffee pot. W9EBB, Don in Ocala. Good morning, Don.
Mike, Vicky, I thank you for both doing the job that you do, and everybody else in the Brew crew out there. Good morning. To answer your question, Mike, real quick, the reason why they do the unboxing is it makes the video longer, and therefore they get paid more for the advertisers because the video is longer. Do I use YouTube? A lot. I've used it to repair electric bikes, do some plumbing, repair refrigerators, lawnmowers, stuff. I've also used it for cooking and baking, learn how to do that. We also use it to learn how to operate our ham radios. Right now I've used it for. But I've never, ever used it, ever, to repair aircraft. As many aircraft as I worked on, I've never been tempted to go to YouTube and say, hey, how do I do that? Ever. Text line. Everybody remember there's a text line here in this East Coast Reflector. Expressway to check in. So, I don't know if that's on YouTube, but hey, I got a free tip out there. God bless everybody, 73. Have a great day from Ocala, Florida. This is W9EBB. 73.
Thank you, Don, for reminding me. And if you got a pencil handy out there, folks, the text line number, if you don't have it, is 716-317-9050. 9050. So make use of it. It's a good tool. Moving on along to Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico, KI5PMI. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Mike. Everybody on the Brew. Yes, I use YouTube quite a bit to fix stuff and so forth. So rest of the day, just a little work. About 90 degrees around here today. You won't believe this. We got 94% humidity, and we're not used to that stuff out here. So maybe a little precipitation next few days. Hope everybody has a great day. KI5PMI. Back to net.
Thank you, Bill. Andy in Chickawaga, New York, W2AJR. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning, Mike. Everybody in the Brew crew. Yep, I'm definitely a graduate of YouTube University. Use it all the time. Rest of the day is work, and then who knows? We'll play some radio tonight, maybe. 7-3. I'll have a great day. Oh, we'll probably check in on TechNet. Have a good day.
Thank you, Andy. We look forward to hearing you this evening. Charlie and Birdie, Sun City Center, Florida. I bet you Charlie knows all about YouTube. NA2B.
Well, good morning, Mike, Vicky, and everybody on the net from Birdie and I here in Tampa Bay, where we finally got our rainy season at 72 this morning. And yes, Mike, you are absolutely correct. YouTube is my encyclopedia of old. I've used it to repair items around the house, and it's a good thing I did, because there were some steps in there that I would have missed, and would have caused me to go back and redo things. So, very helpful. Very helpful for amateur radio. I used it to set up and tighten the filtering on my Yaesu 710 for CW, and made all the difference in the world. And most of all, Mike, I checked this morning, and guess what? There's actually a video on how to get out of the doghouse when the wife puts you in it. So there you go. It is definitely a Bible in this household. Thanks for what you do, K2CMT-NA. To be back to net.
Thank you, Charlie, for being here, and I may need to get in there and watch that doghouse episode, because I spend a lot of time there myself. Jason in Atlanta, Georgia, K4KU. Good morning, ladies and young man. Jason's one of our net controllers on the open mic. Glad to have you, buddy.
Hey, good morning to everybody on the Brew Crew from Atlanta. Yes, YouTube, I use it all the time. Actually, there's some really great videos about building all-star nodes on YouTube, which is how I found out about Reflector to begin with. So anyway, everyone, this is K4KU saying have a great day. I'll see everybody on the TechNet later tonight.
Thank you, Jason. Yeah, it's always good to have somebody in your corner, like Charlie referred to it, I think, as an encyclopedia and of this time period. You just got to have enough sense to realize that some of those videos that you're watching, you got to know the difference between the right way and the wrong way of doing things, because not everyone that makes them is an expert. Lewis in Houston, Texas, KJ5AXC.
Good morning. Yep, I'm definitely a YouTuber, learner, university guy. That's how I learned all about what to get for ham radios, antennas, where to go look. I think it's visually most of us take in most of our information that way instead of, reading, although reading is great too, but pictures are worth 1,000 words, so. KJ5AXC back to net. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Lewis. Good to have you. Before I leave, thank you for joining us this morning, Paul. Let me take new customers now. Let me see how many mobile stations are out there. Mobile stations only, please. Come now, twice and slowly.
November 8, Mike Juliet, November. November 8, Mike Juliet, November, mobile.
Delta 2, Uniform Golf, Quebec, Mike and Shirley, mobile.
Romeo. That's Kilo Juliet 5, Kilo Alpha Romeo, mobile.
Lima Kilo, mobile.
Kilo Delta 5, Zulu Papa Tango. Kilo Delta 5, Zulu Papa Tango, Echo Lane, good morning.
Okay, let me acknowledge these stations. KD5ZPT, Paul, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, was in and out. Thank you, Paul. N2VLK, Jeff in Lancaster, New York. KJ5KAR, Marvin in Jacksonville, Arkansas. KD2UGQ, Mike and Shirley. It's been a while, Mike, since I talked with you. N8MJN, Martian in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Any other mobiles I might have missed?
Echo 2, George Alpha Tango. Kilo Echo 2, George Alpha Tango.
Okay, thank you, Walter. Caught you on the edge there, KE2GAT. Let me go to the top of my list. Martian in Sterling Heights, Michigan, N8MJN. Question of the day for you boys, if you just joined us, is have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything?
Hey, good morning, Mike and Vicky, everybody else on the Brew crew. This is N8MJN. Yeah, absolutely. Can't live without it, especially with ham radio. Don't have any friends locally that play, so I video and YouTube is my saving grace. With that, I'll send it back to Net Control. Have a great day, everybody. 73 and 8MJN.
Thank you, Martian, for joining us this morning. Mike in Shirley, New York, KD2UGQ. Good morning, buddy.
It's been a while since I've been on the morning brew here. Yes, I've used it a lot for cars and stuff and appliances, but that's a good idea. I never thought of using it for antennas, but I'm going to start doing that. This is KD2UGQ. Everybody have a wonderful day, and thanks for taking care of the net there. Okay, it's KD2UGQ. Back to Net Control.
Thank you for joining us, Mike. Like I say, it's been a while. KJ5KAR, Marvin in Jacksonville, Arkansas. Good morning.
Yes, sir. I do use the YouTube many times. I've used it, and I'm so thankful that there's no required subscription for it, because I'm like some of the others on here. I wouldn't know what to do without it. Well, that's it. Thank you for running the net. That's 7:30 to everyone out there.
Thank you for being here, Marvin. And you're another one in the yes column. N2VLK, Jeff in Lancaster, New York. Good morning.
Mike, everybody else on the Brew this morning, I hope everybody has a nice day. As far as the question goes, yes, I do use it. And it seems the older I get, the more I use it. Technology changes and stuff, hard to keep up. And with that, I'll turn it back to you guys. And again, thank you for what you do. Have a good day. 7-3 and 2VLK.
Thank you, Jeff, for being here. We appreciate all you boys up there in Lancaster. It's always good to hear from you. Next up is Walter in Lynbrook, New York, KE2GAT.
Yes, good morning, Mike, and to everyone on the Brew crew. The answer is yes. We all use all the facilities of YouTube, and we're all graduates of YouTube University. And with that, I will return it back to Net Control. This is KE2GAT.
Thank you for being with me this morning, Walter. Bill in North Fort Myers, Florida, W8WHK.
Good morning. It's 75 degrees here. Sunny day. Rained all day yesterday. It's beautiful today. Yes, I use YouTube a lot. It really is a handy resource. And a lot of the stuff you have to take with a grain of salt, you know. But it is. It's good for looking things up. We used to have a smart car. And that had a little... We leased it for like... It had all kinds of quirky things about it. You know, like where in the heck is the battery, and how do you turn off that light that tells you to change the oil? and so it was handy. It was very handy. So, okay, I'll turn it back to you. This W8WHK, 7th back to net control.
Thank you, Bill. KM4TC, Terry in Four Oaks, North Carolina. Good morning, Terry.
Well, good morning, guys. I'm enjoying listening in. Beautiful day down in Four Oaks, North Carolina, about 60 degrees. YouTube, yes, I've used it quite a bit. As a matter of fact, I had to make a little dive that was different than what I used to here at work, and I went and watched a bunch of videos on how other people were doing it, and it was very helpful. I'm also spoiled rotten now by AI and Google and everything. I don't know how in the world we'd get along without it. I remember starting in this business years ago, and if you needed to find something, you had to have the Thompson manuals, and it was just dig, and now everything's at our fingertips. But good in a lot of ways, but we can get crippled in a hurry too. Y'all have a great day. KM4TC.
Well, thank you for being with us this morning. We appreciate you being here. And KD5RRJ, Dan in Coosa, Texas. Good morning, Dan.
This is KD5RRJ. Good morning, sir. And I think the question of the day is something about using YouTube. I just came in, but yeah, I do use it, not on a regular basis, certainly not daily, but now and again, especially when I need directions on how to do something I haven't done before, I definitely use it for that, and also music videos. Really like to listen to music on YouTube and watch the videos, and even play those in church some. So appreciate y'all being there. This is KD5RRJ. Back to net.
Well, thank you for joining us, Dan. And the question of the day for all of you just tuning in is, have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything? And we appreciate y'all being here this morning. Let's go right now to Dick, WB2JPQ in Eden, New York. Dick, tell me what's going on in your world, and what do we got planned for the rest of the week here on the network?
Good morning, Mike, Mickey, everybody. Scott. Yep, it's funny, key fobs were mentioned a little bit earlier, and I just, 2 weeks ago, changed the battery in my key fob and went to YouTube to do it the right way, I guess. So it's a yes for me. Well, what do we got coming up? Well, I'll tell you, tonight, the 12th anniversary of the East Coast Reflector TechNet. 12 years tonight. I don't know if we'll do anything special, maybe have a cake in the Zoom room, but doesn't seem possible that we've been doing the TechNet for 12 years. That's a long time. Well, what we got coming up Thursday night is Ask an Elmer, Be an Elmer. At 8 o'clock in our Zoom room. And, speaking of YouTube, for those of you that don't know, our ECR magazine is on YouTube. Vicki has it up on YouTube the last few months. I was, I guess, on there yesterday or the day before. And all you have to do is sit there, it reads it to you, it turns the pages for you. You don't have to do a thing but look at the monitor or your phone, whatever. So that's also up on YouTube. And if anybody is not getting the magazine and they think they should, you can subscribe yourself with our bit.ly address, bit.ly/ECR subscribe. Quite a few people, Vicki said, that have been subscribing over the past few months. So if you don't get it or you want to get it and you're not, that's how to do it. Back to you, Mike. That's it from here. This is WB2JPQ.
Thank you, Dick, and everyone appreciates the 12 years you put in. I don't think you've missed over a couple, and that was only because the doctor wouldn't let you. And appreciate you being here and what you've done with the network and, of course, TechNet. Don in Hollywood, Florida, W4PPX.
Hey, good morning. Good to hear you on the radio this morning. YouTube. Yeah, when my girlfriend got her fancy Texas with all the bells and whistles and couldn't figure them out. That was the place I went. Very informative for a lot of things. All right, 7-3. Thanks for all you guys do, W4PPX. Back to you, Mike.
Well, Don, you mentioned your girlfriend, and I'm going to show you what a gentleman I am. I'm not going to jump all over you with any sort of sarcasm. I'm going to let you off the hook this morning. Thank you for being here. Doug in Homosassa, Florida, WA8CLG.
This is WA8CLG. Good morning, everybody. And yes, I certainly have used YouTube. Use it every day, as a matter of fact. Mostly for entertainment anymore, but I've had a lot of problems solved and projects completed thank you to YouTube. So I am thankful for the resource, and I also have my doctorate from YouTube. And, everybody have a good day. WA8CLG. Back to you, Mike.
Well, Doug, I don't know when we're going to have the class reunion, but I'm sure there's one in the making there somewhere. Thank you for being with us this morning. This is Mike, K2CMP in Superior, Florida. Next up is Roy from Livonia, Michigan, W8ROY.
Good morning, Mike, and everyone else on the Morning Brew. I just jumped in, but I think it was to use YouTube. That is a definite yes. Use it for a lot of my radios. How to make them work, how to program, all those types of things. It's one of my first go-tos. So if that is it, I'm in, and everybody have a great day. Back to next control, W8ROY.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Roy. Florian in Conroe, Texas, K5YNU. Good morning, Florian.
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, and everyone on the Brew crew. Yes, a great resource and a fingertip. I learned a lot of stuff, especially for ham radio. Just joined this less than a year, this beautiful hobby. But a great resource. Back to Net Control. This is K5YNU. Have a blessed one, everyone.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Scott in Memphis, Tennessee, you're up, buddy. KY4NB.
Well, hi there, Mike, and everybody on the Brew crew, KY4NB from Linda Elvis Barbecues here as I'm driving down the road slowly on the way to work, Mike. Anyway, yes, in answer to the question, I use YouTube a lot to solve problems. Wealth of information on there for sure. Got the ECR newsletter today, I think it was today, and I've got to diligently read through that. It looks awesome. Thanks for Net Control. Thanks to everybody behind the scenes. 7-3 is all KY4NB. Back to Net.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Scott. You drive safely out there. Well, that's 100 check-ins, so let's pick up a few more. Let me have the Echolink and digital stations that may have had trouble getting in. Echolink and digital stations only, please.
KR4BAD, Kilo, Romeo 4, Bravo, Alpha, Delta, David and Fuquay.
This is KW7.
Kilo 4, November Hotel, Victor K4NHV, Mitchell Sebring.
Okay, let's hold up there just a second. I had one station I didn't get, and I want to make sure I don't miss you. Let me tell you who I did get, though. K4NHV, KI7IHU, and KR4BAD. The station that you didn't hear your call sign, would you come back, please? Twice and slowly.
Papa Mike Sierra. Kilo 2 Papa Mike Sierra Mobile.
Thank you, Paul. We got you at time. Any other Echo Link or digital stations come now?
KC1 QPL, KC1 QPL.
KD2IWN, KD2IWN.
KF8 PJQ, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Juliet, Quebec.
Okay, let's hold up for a moment. Let me acknowledge these stations. Kevin, Bowling Green, Ohio, KF8DJQ. Tim in Hamburg, New York, KD2IWN. John in South St. Paul, Minnesota, KC1QPL. And I think I have acknowledged the rest, K2PMS, just in case. Let me pick you up, Paul, since you're mobile. And question of the day, have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything?
And yes, I have. Not regularly, but if I can't figure it out myself, then YouTube's the next best thing.
Thank you, Paul. At least you are honest enough to jump in there and try it on your own first, and then use YouTube as your backup. I used to try it that way, but I decided that going to YouTube first was probably the better way to approach it. Thank you for being here today. David in Fuquay, North Carolina, KR4BAD. Good morning, David.
Good morning, and everyone else on the Brew Crew this morning. I would say that YouTube replaced my dad, and my dad passed in 2014, and so every time you would spend some money on a lot of material and didn't know what you were doing or doing something for the first time, I didn't have my dad anymore to call and ask how to do this for Micah. I've never done for Micah before, so what do you think? And you look it up on YouTube, and there you go. You've got an answer. So that's it for me this morning. KR4BAD, back to net.
Well, David, that's I find an honorable way of mentioning your dad and thinking about him and all the help he's given you over the years. And we've all been there, and we do appreciate YouTube for filling in for those fathers who are no longer here to help. KI7IHU, Dave and Murray, Utah. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. And everybody. What's the question? But it is for some things, but there's some things I still have to do a lot of research on. But at least it's a good way to get a audio visual to go with. I know it's ham radio. There's a lot of good stuff with it, but I'll have to take a little grain of salt. But it does quite cover everything. For some other things, and also for music. And there's also some movies on YouTube.
Thank you for being with us, Dave. Just for your information, your Echolink connection was a little garbled, and I don't know if it's settings on your end or just the internet connection, maybe. But you might want to look into it just a little bit. Nick in Sebring, Florida, K4NHV. Good morning, Nick.
Well, good morning, everybody here on the net. Nick here in Sebring, Florida, K4NHV.
Well, I'm not sure about how to do something. I always look on YouTube to see how to do it. And as a matter of fact, YouTube is probably my number one source of TV entertainment, so YouTube is a big part of my life here. Anyway, everybody have a great day. K4NH of you.
I know what you mean. I've got YouTube's one of my favorites, and I've got quite a few streaming channels available to me. But YouTube's the one I spend the most time on. John in St. South Paul, Minnesota. AC1QPL. Good morning, John.
I use YouTube videos to study for my ham license, and I find it a very helpful resource. Back to you, sir. You're sounding good. Thanks for having me. KC12PL.
Always good to hear from you, John. Tim in Hamburg, New York. KD2WIN. Pardon me. I might be missing something there. KD2IWN.
Good morning, Mike. Yes, KD2IWN, Tim in Hamburg. You know, the guy that mentioned his dad, it stopped me in my tracks for a minute. Reminded me of my dad, who's been gone since 2006, but he's still right there with me all the time. And yes, I use YouTube to repair things, from replacing a drive belt on a lawnmower to refrigerator, heater cores and stuff, and yeah, and entertainment too, right? You get to see some stuff you haven't gotten to see in a long time, like Laurel and Hardy and stuff like that. It's an entertainment source as well as a repair source. Thanks for everything you guys do, and enjoy the rest of your day. We're dealing with a little bit of Canadian fire smoke haze here in Western New York this morning, but it should hopefully burn off. 73, KD2IWN.
Thank you for being here this morning, Tim. Yeah, you know, before YouTube, there was a thing called the public library, and they had things in there on shelves called books. And that's where I remember getting my information on home projects and this, that, and the other over the years. And I did a set of, framed in some steps and poured the concrete for concrete steps on my parents' home when I was about 16 years old. And then I went down to the library and got a book on forming concrete. And my dad asked me why I bothered to get the book after I'd already done the job. I told him, well, I wanted to see if I did it right. Kevin, Bowling Green, Ohio, KF8DJQ.
Good morning. Yes, YouTube is the go-to for me. Everything from changing out a headlight on my Yukon to passing my technician test to building a note to going to church in San Antonio from here in Bowling Green, Ohio. It's a wonderful thing. Thanks much. KF8DJQ, back-to-back control.
Thank you for being here, Kevin. Charles in Syracuse, New York, KD2YUY. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, sir, and good morning, everybody on the Brew crew. Yeah, put me in the yes column. Everything from how to program new-to-me radios to fixing things on the RV. 73 all back to net control, KD2YUY.
Charles, I can guarantee you, if you own an RV, there's a lot to be fixed on it. I've been there and done that. Mark and Gracie, my favorite blonde from Albuquerque, New Mexico, W5MHG. Good morning, Mark.
Well,
Good morning, W5MHG. Gracie says bow wow yippee-yi-yay with 55 degrees in the backyard. Absolutely listening to relaxing music this morning on YouTube, and we use it for help on various different projects. Thanks so much for all you do, and Vicky putting up with us. And we say always, we love that text line and YouTube. W5MHG from the land of enchantment. 7-3.
Thank you, Mark. And that text line does come in handy. Daryl in Epsom, New Hampshire, WB1DXN. Good morning, Daryl. WB1DXN, are you still with me, Daryl?
Kilo Juliet 5, Kilo Uniform X-Ray, Ricky, Houston.
Ricky, I'll be going for a new lift here in just a few minutes. We got you on the log anyhow. Daryl in Epsom, New Hampshire, are you still there? WB1DXN. Let's go to Carlos, N1 CPM. Carlos from Hollywood, Florida, and the gentleman at the microphone for ECR Aeronautical Mobile. Good morning, Carlos.
Good morning, Mike, Ian, and the rest of the crew. The South Florida weather turns from bright blue to dark gray. Yesterday was super gloomy and a lot of rain. Today looks the same. 77 degrees, dark skies, and rain is coming. I'm going to be with the 94.4% of the people on that pie chart, the green pie chart we have there, that uses for everything. Not only for radio stuff, for entertainment stuff, for also fixing stuff. The only thing I don't use it for is for flying. Can you imagine somebody bringing the iPad out and getting a video on how to land an airplane after you're up there? That wouldn't be so fun. Anyways, Mike, I'll turn it back to you. N1 CBM, and everybody have a great day.
No, Carlos, I wouldn't be using YouTube. I still, to learn to fly and take over the controls, I'm still going to rely on Microsoft Simulator. That's the one I grew up on. Ricky in Houston, Texas, KJ5KUX.
Hey, Mike. Sorry for breaking in there. This is KJ5KUX. Good morning, everybody. Having a wonderful day here. Just getting started in Houston, having my first cup of coffee. I hope y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you so much. Back to net control, KJ5KUX.
Thank you, Ricky, and don't worry about it. When you haven't had that first cup of coffee yet, you're automatically forgiven. New station wishing to join the morning brew. This is Mike, K2CMT, along with Miss Vicky, K8VKY. Come now, please, twice as slowly.
Whiskey Alpha New, Whiskey Whiskey Kilowatt, WG
Michigan.
Kilo Echo 8, Uniform X-Ray Mike. Kilo Echo 8, Uniform X-Ray Mike. Ryan in Royal Oak, Michigan, in and out.
P3, CPK.
CWF, Kilo Foxtrot, Whiskey Foxtrot. Good morning, this is November 1 X-Ray Uniform November 1 X-Ray Uniform November, Houston, Texas. Total station, just checking in and out. My name is Yuri, Y-U-R-I, Yuri.
Kilo Charlie 1 Juliet Papa Delta. Kilo Charlie 1 Juliet Papa Delta.
November Whiskey 4, Quebec, NW4Q.
Echo Bravo, November 1, Whiskey Echo Bravo.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
November Whiskey 4, Quebec, NW4Q.
KR4CKC. KR4CKC.
Quebec 8 Papa. Whiskey Quebec 8 Papa. Mobile, in and out.
JM, W2, CJM.
Okay, let me acknowledge these stations. W2CJM, Charles in Selden, New York. WQ8P, Nathaniel in Orlando, Florida. KR4CKC, Bill in Oklahoma, Florida. And I have a station coming up as Roger in Fort Lauderdale. Would that station come back with your call sign, please?
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
Okay, Roger, we got you. Thank you, buddy. Webb in Collierville, Tennessee, N1WEB. And Jim and Trish in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I was wondering where you folks were this morning. NW4Q. Frank in Lancaster, New York, KC2JPQ. Jeffrey in Milton, Vermont, KC1JPD. And Yuri from Houston, Texas was in and out, N1XUN. Brian from Warren, Michigan, KF8CWF. Mary from Easton, Pennsylvania, KB3VPK. Ryan from Royal Oak, Michigan, KE8UXM. Jack from Rochester, Michigan, KF8DRC. Ron in Amherst, New York, WA2WWK. Let me pick up my mobile stations first. Ryan in Royal Oak, KE8UXM. Question of the day, have you ever used YouTube as a resource to fix anything?
Joe, thanks for taking my check-in. I think I use YouTube for just about everything from programming radios to working on the car to working on washing machine that was going bad. So pretty much everything. And then, as others mentioned, some entertainment as well. Watch a lot of channels that put out regularly scheduled videos. That's a plethora to watch. Thanks for taking check-in. 73 KE8 USM.
Thank you, Ryan. I put you in the majority side of the coin. Another yes. WA2WWK. Good morning, Ron.
Well, good morning. Whiskey Alpha 2, Whiskey Kilowatt. Well, I don't use YouTube for entertainment, but I sure do use it for mechanical type projects around the house, fixer-upper, what have you. Had very good results. The only thing I do have an issue, not everything is 100% screened and perfect. I have a radio I'm trying to program up, and granted it is a Motorola, and I'm sure that the service centers have all sorts of bulletins, but not everything is exactly the way I see some of these videos. But for the most part, I'm extremely happy. WHW, WK Mobile.
Thank you, Ron. KF8DRC, Jack in Rochester, Michigan.
Morning, everyone. Yes, I use YouTube as my good buddy. I fix small motors,
and like weed whack and lawnmower and all that, and that's when I use my my YouTube. And thank you for running the net. KFA, Detroit Rock City.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Jack. Appreciate you being here. Good morning, Mary, from Easton, Pennsylvania, KB3VPK. It's the Nooner Dude.
Good morning, Mike. It's not quite noon yet, but we're getting there. I use YouTube. Learned how to program my very first All-Star node and meet all you great guys out there. So, YouTube's a great resource. Anytime I'm needing some extra rehearsal for my band, I fix my mistakes by playing along with bands that post videos that play the same arrangements so I can fix my mistakes. And I like to use it to review motorcycles. People telling us how good or bad or what's wrong with this or that on the motorcycle that they don't like or prefer. So it's a good resource to plan on which motorcycle to buy. Back to you, Mike. KBPK.
Thank you, Mary, for being here. And based on your Facebook page, I say you get a lot of use out of it. And so you're always on that motorcycle. Brian in Warren, Michigan, KF8CWF. Good morning, Brian.
This is KF8CWF. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for running the Brew Crew. It gives me a great source of entertainment. I use YouTube all the time, whether it's working on my Harley, working on a car, helping a friend work on a car with something you can't figure out, or working with radios and repairing computers. So it's a vast wealth of knowledge out there, and I greatly appreciate it. This is KF8CWF back to net control.
Thank you, Brian, for joining us this morning. Next up is Jeffrey from Milton, Vermont, KC1JPD. Good morning, Jeffrey.
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, and everyone on the Morning Brew. You can put me down for yes, just like most everyone else out there. I have used YouTube for a number of things in terms of figuring things out. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. It's beautiful here in Vermont right now. We are expecting that smoke coming in later this afternoon, but hope everyone has a great day. KC1JPD, back to net.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Frank in Lancaster, New York, KC2JPQ. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Mike, and everybody on the Brew. Put me down for yes. I've used it for several repairs around the home and stuff. It's a great tool. And today looks like we're going to get some sunny weather that we've been hoping for, and it's going to be in the 80s, I guess. So try to keep cool. And everybody have a great day. I'll say 7-3, KC2JPQ.
Thank you for joining us, Frank. Y'all have a good meeting there this evening. I'm just reminding you so you show up. NW4Q, Jim and Trish, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Good morning, Jim.
I'd say I use it every day, not just for radio, but just about everything in the world. I hope you're doing well. Take care.
Doing well, and thank you for the salutations and the good words there. Webb in Collierville, Tennessee, N1WEB. Good morning, Webb.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Vicky. Good morning to the net. You can put me down as a yes. In fact, the next project on my bench is replacing the backlight on a 46-inch TV. I'm going to watch the YouTube on that and get some parts, and maybe I can fix my TV. I'm looking forward to it. N1 WEP, back to net.
Well, Roger, if I'm not mistaken, or Webb, I'm sorry, if I'm not mistaken, there's only one module in these new TVs that it pretty well covers everything. So just getting the right one, and I think it's pretty much plug and play, so good luck. Let us know how that turns out, by the way. Next up is Roger in Fort Lauderdale, N4RAG.
Kilo to Country Music Television. Good morning, Brewmeister Mike and clever cousin Vicky. Sound good on this ode to Billy Joe McAllister Day, November 4, Roman Teleco. Yes, most recently to put a new drive belt around my clothes dryer drum. June has brought much needed rain to South Florida. Water is life, Mike. November 4, Roger Ham Enthusiast, return to net.
I know what you mean, Roger. South Florida, I lived there for many years. And that rainy season, you got to get the water built up so you're ready for come the dry season. KR4CKC, Bill in Oklahoma, Florida. Good morning.
Morning, Mike, and the rest of the Brew. As many others out there, I too am a graduate of the YouTube University. I use it extensively in learning photography and primarily into wildlife, emergent life photography. And as of recently, since I'm new into ham, using ham and learning everything I can about ham, and then selecting a new radio, get an HF, and between the ICOM 7300 and the Yaesu.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Bill. Nathaniel in Orlando, Florida, WQ8P. WQ8P, you still with me? Well, moving on along to Charles in Selden, New York, W2CJM.
Mike, Vicky, everybody on the crew, the answer is yes. I find YouTube to be very helpful. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for doing the net.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Charles. Next up is my buddy Donnie up there in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, KM4CTB. Good morning, Donnie.
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, and everybody on the net. KM4CTB, Donnie in Jacksonville Beach. At the University of North Florida up here, we teasingly call You Never Finish. You can put me down as a yes with YouTube because you never